At these, we received a number of questions about VMware support. I guess I should take that one, maybe.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Probably so, yeah. I was afraid you'd say that. And, some of those about support quality, response time, those type of issues. And, the first thing, I just want to say to everybody is, thank you for your feedback. And anytime our support or our products do not meet your expectations, we want to know about it. So please give us that feedback. Give us that feedback at myvmware.com. We got a spot for that. Please call us. Give your rep that feedback. We really want to know that that's the case, because anything that doesn't meet your expectation isn't living up to our brand reputation. So please give the feedback. Now, some of the questions sort of centered around length of time and support calls, the quality of people being able to respond to things directly. And I'll say I'm disappointed to hear that some of you have concerns in that area, because our support has generally gotten great NPS scores. We monitor that regularly. We monitor queue times, hold times, length of time to respond. So anytime those deviate, we look at them carefully. And this to me is an area that, it's easy to get focused on profitability and so on, but customer quality of support is what we're focused on there. And Scott Betos, who leads that area for us, he is the most customer-oriented human on the planet. We're going to monitor it. Thank you for that feedback. Based on that question, we're going to have some follow-up sessions that dig into that a little bit more closely, to not just look at the means and the averages, but also to look at the tail and the standard deviation in that area. Yesterday we did announce some new support capabilities. One of those in particular, the Skyline, pushing out proactive support, that we can be predictive and proactive with customers to avoid ever needing a support call and being able to us call you as opposed to you calling us as well. So, and I encourage you to go look at Skyline. We have a demo booth on the showcase floor, and that and other things, but thank you for that area of feedback. We are committed to be, simply put, your best technology partner. The second one, sort of centered on, questions about AI, future topics, quantum computing, machine learning. And I think both of us should probably touch on this one a little bit, Michael.
Sure.
Maybe you can start your thoughts in that area as well.
Great. Well, look, I think we're in perhaps one of the most exciting times ever in human history and human development. And if you think about what's going on right now with the explosion in the number of smart connected devices and intelligent nodes, and the cost of making something intelligent approaching zero, and as we travel around the world and talk to our customers, the digital transformation is game on. And when you overlay on top of that the enormous amount of data that's being created, and the amount of data that's being created is doubling faster and faster out there in the world. And then on top of that, you overlay this really interesting and exciting computer science, the artificial intelligence, the machine intelligence. You get a tremendous age of human machine working together in a tremendous set of possibilities for the future. I think we're just at the beginning of this. One of the things we think a lot about across Dell Technologies is the data, because the fuel for these engines of AI and machine intelligence, and certainly we have lots of compute power and storage and protecting and managing these environments, but the data is incredibly important. Because you can have the best algorithms in the world, but without any data to feed it, your AI is not going to be very good, right? And so, we think a lot about that. We're seeing these use cases really take off. And look, I think right now we're talking about data. A little later on in today's presentation, we'll be talking about applications and developers. But across the Dell Technologies family, the digital transformation is game on. I think there's another interesting element of this, which is it's really much broader than IT, right? It is a CEO agenda topic, right? It is how do you evolve your company? What's the strategy of your company? And if you're not thinking about how you're going to use all this data to, in the moment, make your product and service better, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, and I'll say, one of the things I sort of like this story, that when I was architecting the 486, literally 1985, I'm architecting the 486, and one of the things we looked at was how to make the 486 a great AI machine, right? I was at 1985, can you believe it, right? At the time. And the core of AI has been maturing for 30 years. And what's changed is massive compute and massive data. And yeah, we've made some algorithmic progress with deep machine learning, but the core was never really possible to be unleashed before the compute and data got at the scale that we are now. And clearly, in some examples like the app defense announcement yesterday, to me, one agenda is everybody in the tech industry needs to be integrating machine learning and AI into their products. Their products need to get better, more predictive, more insightful as a result of machine learning and AI. And that's a good example. But also our job is then to say, how can we take this platform that we're building and enable many people to build new applications and services on top of it, including machine learning, AI, big data applications as well. And that to us is exciting, and some of the edge work that we discussed yesterday, this is where tech is breaking out of the nest, and we're reaching into areas never possible before, and being able to put intelligence further and further into everyday human life.
There's a coming boom in edge computing, and when you again think about the data, there's going to be a lot of data out there on the edge, and as you get the 5th generation cellular network and all these nodes are talking to each other, you'll have a different kind of cloud that will emerge, and all sorts of new requirements in terms of how you manage and deal with that data. So we're thinking about a lot of those issues now, and across the family here, we've got a great set of capabilities.
Yeah, we've been at it for 3+ decades now, Michael. We got another couple of decades of exciting stuff in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we'll look back 30 years from now, and the first 30 years was actually not that exciting compared to what's ahead of us.
Yeah, in fact, I like to say, today is the slowest day of technological evolution of the rest of your lives.
For sure.
The next question was sort of in this area of the SMB. We had lots of, that 200 logos that signed, that was just impressive.
Right.
But maybe the question was sort of, don't forget about us, the smaller company as well. And, maybe Michael, you might start on that topic because, that's been so central to your business forever.
Well, what I would say is that, if you look at the, economy, right, and you look at, where jobs are created, most of the jobs are actually created by small and medium businesses and emerging companies, and that's actually where most people work, right? And so I'm proud to say, since we completed the combination with VMware and EMC, Pivotal, and the rest of the Dell Technologies family, we've added tens of thousands of new customers into the family here, and a lot of those are new VMware customers that are in that small and medium business space. And together we've been reimagining our products to say, how do we serve not only the big giant companies that you saw, the logos and the biggest governments in the world, we are honored to serve those customers for sure, but also how do you serve all these other small and medium sized businesses and emerging companies. And we've got a lot of great things going on in product development, new products. vSAN is very relevant for those customers. VxRail doing extremely well in the SMB market, and many, many more things that we're working on together.
Yeah, and I'll just say, we've had such success, 500,000 customers, and maybe 20,000 are big. But that means 480 or 90,000 are small, and I love the question because we can never lose focus on that, and that's one thing clearly. Dell is keeping us very accountable, and how do we make sure we're building good products together to satisfy them? And some examples like vSAN are great, very good in that portion of the market. But some of our other products and some of our focus has become maybe a little bit too much high end. And I really commit to all of you that are sort of SMB. We will continue to make sure we do a great job engineering and innovating for you as well. Maybe the next one is sort of in the ecosystem area. And questions around hey, co-opetition, ecosystem, HCI, public cloud, the breadth of partners here. Are we really committed to continue to have this diverse ecosystem, Michael?
We said this back in October of 2015 when we announced the plan to combine. We said it again, when the combination was complete a year ago, and we'll say it again here. And I'm incredibly pleased to see the open, independent ecosystem of VMware thrive and be very vibrant. You see it out there on the show floor. You see it in the continuing adoption of VMware technologies by open ecosystem partners. Look, this is a key part of VMware's success. And so we're fully committed to that. It's as strong as it's ever been. I think it only gets stronger. And all the great work that the VMware team is doing in extending the VMware technology reach with cross-cloud architecture, the amazing things that are going on with NSX, which I continue to be very, very excited about. The announcements yesterday, announcements we'll have later on today. The open ecosystem of VMware continues to grow and be very, very vibrant.
Yeah, and we have 400 plus companies here, and every time I've talked to you about one of those partnerships, Michael, you've been very consistent. If it's good for VMware, it's good for Dell Technologies.
Absolutely.
And that simple line, right? Any of the partnership announcements. I mean, some of them that we announced yesterday, good for Dell. Some of them, hey, they're a co-opetition, and you've been absolutely consistent in that respect. And also, you have some partners, hey, I may not be as excited about some of those relationships as well. And
I understand.
Yeah.
It'll be fine, Pat. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to work out.
Okay.
Relax. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Moving right along. We also...
Therapy.
Thank you, Dr. Dell. One last topic to touch on before we move on. Synergy. We talked about some of the partnership, creating value together as well. And this is just a great topic. Dell EMC, how you're coming together, but also VMware and how we're innovating together. A few thoughts in that area?
Yeah, what I've seen is the more we do together, the better it gets. I think Dell EMC and VMware go together like peanut butter and chocolate, right? And we've got a great thing going here. We talked a lot about revenue synergies, and that was driven by not only cross-selling, but also a deep level of technical integration and innovation in creating new products and solutions. And we're seeing that in all the things that we're rolling out. Every time there's a new Dell EMC announcement or a VMware announcement, you can see the deep integration while we retain this open ecosystem of other partners. So, when we talked about the revenue synergies a year or so ago, we're absolutely ahead of plan there, right? That's going faster and better than we planned for, maybe than any of us thought. But great news there, and absolutely delighted with how everything has come together here.
Yeah, and it's great to see the synergies. The teams as they start to work together have some success in the marketplace. Products like VxRail, knocking it out of the park. Some of the integrations with the clients.
400% growth. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Even in Texas, that's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Good, but we're not done there with the synergies, are we, Michael?
No, we're not. There's more to happen here, and one of the things that we've been seeing in the innovation space is a lot of innovation in our customers around next generation applications, and particularly containers, and using that as a way of accelerating the pace of change and progress inside their businesses.
Well, we sort of hinted yesterday that we might have a little announcement today. Maybe we should get on with it, Michael.
All right.
Okay, we'll do that.
So good time.
And in fact, it's our pleasure today to have Rob Mee, the CEO of Pivotal, join us here to talk about the next thing that we're